Alrighty, stream is back up and running. I hope you guys are still having a good afternoon or good night as we start Q2 here. It does look like OBS is fixed, so that is good to see as we start Q2. And actually, we have a ton of drivers that are going out early, which now this is going to be interesting. We already know rain is incoming for Q2. So we already see basically everyone in a scramble out of the pits. And are we going to see an overtake? And we saw an overtake in qualifying as Robert Landon goes around. I believe that was the Williams that was the Williams of Fat Cat. So I didn't think we were going to see racing action, but we already do here in qualifying.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. People already rushing out the pits due to the rain, coming out really quickly. Every single person on track rushing for the track position. It's going to be, there could be impediments because there is a decent split between different drivers. There's some drivers that are much faster than others, so we could see certain people getting really held up here, but we'll have to see who is where on track. Some people are like, some people invalidating laps. Vid's at the front of the queue as he overtakes one of the Saubers, so Vid is going to be probably the one possibly to have the best lap if rain comes soon. Let's ride on board with him as he starts his lap. Let's see what he'll do is other people also start their laps behind Salty and Thomas, and there's already a yellow flag back somewhere with Mercedes, I think that is. But when is the rain going to hit? Also, Robert, his teammate, starting as the fourth person. So Sauber and Alpine looking like they're out in good time. But I think it's going to be a one-lap showdown for Q2. So if you invalidate, you might be cooked.
And that, yeah, I mean, that is the thing we talked about in Q1. The fact that you wouldn't think that track limits would be an issue on a narrow street circuit like this. And, oh, that was a little close for Vid.
Yeah.
As he hit the corner with his back tire. I think he's good. I don't think there was any damage. But with a short track like this, you don't expect track limits to be an issue, but there are a great many places here where you can invalidate. And many times it's because of the white line that serves as track limits, but it's a little bit further out than where the barriers are. And right there where Vid went through, that is probably the biggest example.
Yeah, it looks like Vid is really, really fast. I think he had purple middle sector. It might have just been taken by someone. It might have been just taken by Fat Cat. No, it wasn't actually. Wow. Okay, so Vid looking really quick with possibly this one-lap showdown. Is that spots I see? Spots of rain? I don't think it is. But anyway, oh, that's a great benchmark for a lap time. A 27.3. Salty about 0.3 off. Where's Robert going to go? P2, as I thought. What about Cat? Wow, Fat Cat. What's her lap time? Clearly, we've got a bit of a fight on our hands. Fat Cat is also rocking that beautiful livery, and it looks, the dark blue is like it's reflective, so it looks really nice under the night sky right now.
Yeah, I mean, so far, very interesting. And actually, you can even see right there, Ryan with a 128.2 will actually move up into third. Meraki Dawn is currently in fourth. And so far, Vid and Fat Cat have the fastest laps, and just like that, that is everyone who already has a lap. I don't see rain currently just yet, so nothing yet. Maybe we'll see some of these drivers, they may attempt another lap, but it will be very interesting to see.
Invalidation for Meraki there. I think he might have actually been on a lap as well. I think he might have been trying again because he still has a good amount of ERS left. So, but yeah, oh yeah, I see rain. That's it. I see rain. I see rain. There's no way anybody gets round in time now, unless someone's tried for a second lap. But yeah, I see rain through Sector 2, where I was on board with Meraki when I saw it. But yeah, in Sector 2, as they come past the palm trees, I see on Winter's POV as well. But yeah, that would probably mean then everybody behind Lizzie is going to be out. Thomas, Legleb, 2A, Grekos, and Enzo. But Enzo fumbled and was quite far down. Same with Grekos, he had a bit of a bad lap. But yeah, and Lizzie, I think, might scrape through in P10 because the rain looks like it's already spitting decently hard. So I think that might be it.
Yeah, and actually you can see I was looking on board with Ryan, and actually I could also see the rain. So I agree, that may just do it for qualifying, despite there being over 10 or just about 10 minutes left. And you talk about Lizzie scraping through. I mean, Lizzie and Illyrian so far, they are still in P9, P10. They'd be safe, but so far it's not been a strong qualifying for them. So they may scrape by here, but I don't know if that really instills a lot of confidence if you're just barely getting by. I mean, Lizzie is over top of Thomas by, what is that, 2,000ths of a second? So I don't know how you would feel going into Q3.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they don't look like they're very... I mean, they had one lap there, of course. It would look like they're going to maybe struggle. But as you can see, a couple drivers, as we can already see, putting on the Inter's tyre. Vid and Ryan, maybe they're going to go out to get some practice, maybe, ready for the next session. There's no point in going out now, I think, in the very thin wet. This is currently, like, a little bit less than Canada. Because, of course, Canada still had a decent-ish amount of rain coming down, but there's probably... This is probably a little bit less, but we've already got a Ferrari going out of 2A. Yeah, 2A trying to get out, I think that is. I think 2A is going to try to get through, which I don't think is going to happen. I think anybody... Yeah, even Thomas has accepted his fate in P11, so... yeah, really sad. It's like it's practically one-shot quali for these guys, but yeah. Unlucky.
Oh, Enzo's actually saying he crashed in the last corner, so that is why he had to retire. And actually, Lizzie will retire in P10, so a lot of drivers already retiring, accepting their fate. I am on board with 2A, and I'm kind of interested to see what the grip level is going to look like, because it doesn't look like it's necessarily wet on track yet. Ryan is also on track on a fresh pair of softs, so this will be very interesting to see what the grip level looks like and if they are actually going to try for another lap.
Yeah, I mean, there is spots coming down on the visor, so I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, and now actually we do see Vid go out on an outlap as well on the Inter. So I actually do think that you were right. I can't imagine that he probably is trying to get practice, which, to be honest, that's what I'm all for. That's actually the same reason why I actually do like that some drivers in Q1 actually run out on a pair of mediums, and they actually run out with a little bit more fuel than necessary for a hot lap to get built, or to get basically into the groove, almost like a mini practice session. And I'm all for it. And I think even now, you can even see for Vid on the Inters that he is kind of sliding through some of the corners, so I can't imagine that it's really that fun. And actually, as I say it, Ryan was actually spun out on the soft, so it's already showing that the rain is just too much even for dries.
Yeah, I just saw 2A here. Yeah, he's done as well on those fresh set of softs. So yeah, that'll be it then. Thomas, Legled, 2A, Grekos and Enzo out in Q2.
A very interesting qualifying too, where I mean, it was basically just a one-lap showdown where you just saw just everyone rush out of the pits at the same time and just try and do it. And actually, there it is. DRS is disabled, so that will really just end qualifying essentially, because no one is going to try and go for a fast lap with no DRS. So I can imagine actually both Alpines right now are out getting practice on Inters, and I think that's basically what they're doing. And Robert with a little bit of a slide. So it will be interesting to see how their practice will look on the Inter tires, and I wonder if we're going to see any of this in the actual race.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. Like if we have also like having maybe a bit of rain, spice things up maybe if it stays like that. But I assume if there's rain in this session, there should be rain in the next one in Q3, and maybe even rain at the start of the race. So, is it going to be like Canada?
If it's gonna be like dreaded Canada, where it can be raining for 2 laps, dry for 5, and then it's downpouring for the next 2, and then like, if it's gonna be as chaotic as that, I mean, this race could be very interesting very quickly. And I mean, Singapore can already be a tough track because of its street circuit nature and how tight it is and how difficult it can be to pass. And if it's going to be like that in Canada, that's just going to basically make everything exponentially worse for the drivers, but better for the entertainment value.
Yeah, I mean, as we can see, Vid's about to finish a lap on the Inter's tyre. Of course, no improvement, but he's going to finish a 1:40.2. 12 seconds off. I mean, I assume he had a bit of... Yeah, but the Inter's tyre with definitely time for Inter on the track, it's about 12 seconds slower, maybe, yeah, 10 to like 15 seconds slower.
Yeah, and actually you can see maybe going a little bit slower, just kind of going through the lap. I mean, they were pushing, both Alpines were pushing, but now you can kind of see that they're just basically going through the track. Majority of the grid has retired, just about 3 minutes left here in the session. And actually now Ryan actually goes back out on the outlap on the Inters as well, so he's also getting a little bit of practice on the Inter tires.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be it now. There's loads of rain on the visors. I can see on the stream there's clearly a bunch of rain on the visor for you. For me, I don't really I turn the rain on the visor off, but yeah, clearly some rain on the visor, so that's definitely it, as Vid is all over the place.
Oh, and actually give credit to him as Vid drifts through the hairpin in Sector 2. That was actually very impressive driving. And actually you can see both Alpines now side by side trying to go for Tokyo Drift tandem drifts. I mean, who says that you can't have a little bit of fun in the rain? It's like whenever you play soccer or you play football where it's raining out, you just dive head first and slide in the rain for a little bit of fun. I can imagine that's kind of what they're doing right now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like they're killing their tyres deliberately. Him and Robert and Vid both pitting right behind each other. But yeah, like they're having a bit of fun.
Yeah, Vid will retire from the session. Ryan right now still the only car left out on track. Robert will retire as well. So I can imagine maybe Ryan will go into the pits at the end of this lap anyway, as we have sub 2 minutes left here.
Vid in chat saying Tokyo Drift. So I think I'm lagging. I'm gonna have to turn the stream off because I think it's struggling. I'm gonna just watch. Oh yeah, I can just watch it on my phone. That's probably better than making my PC. Well, I don't know. It's weird. It usually lets me look at them both. But yeah, that's alright.
Vid, the new drift king, maybe at Singapore, but you guys would have to go for a competition in Silverstone. That I've seen actual drifting competitions. I've actually held them. You can ask Meraki Don. We've had drifting at Singapore, or sorry, at Silverstone in the wet conditions, and it could be a lot of fun. That would be a very interesting rush competition if we had like a competition for fun to see a drift competition in Formula One cars.
Yeah, that'd be insane. I'd do it Spa. Because when you go through blooming, what's it called, or like Japan through 130R, or through the fast left-hander at Spa.
It would be very interesting to see. Ryan now is doing his last lap as we will hit the end of qualifying, as the timer will hit 0, and my stream is still having issues, so I'm not entirely sure. I may need to try and I'm gonna try and lower the bit rate for this race. I'm not entirely sure why we're having issues. I don't know. OBS tends to have issues. Actually, Ryan does have a little bit of a spin, but I'm not entirely sure the OBS for some reason after updates tends to have issues. I actually think that we had an issue like this last season in season 5, where there was an OBS update and we were having issues with it as well. The stream
Ryan.
Ryan into the wall.
Just retire so we can move on.
Now he's also trying to go for his own drifts. He's trying to get approval from the fans and the commentators here for drifting. And actually you can see the spray actually off of his car. That's how much it's rained so far. Just in this one qualifying session.
Final corner. Do it in the final corner.
And I will see. And he tried to. He tried to hit the drift in the final corner, but he hits the wall and crossed the line, and that is going to do it here in the second qualifying session.
Yeah, he almost did a Stroll because, of course, Stroll, when he crashed in 2023, went flying into that barrier, and he's in an Aston Martin, so.
So now that will do it for Q2. Fat Cat once again having the fastest time on the grid, but your 5 eliminated drivers is Thomas in P11, Gleb in P12, 2A in P13, Greco's P14, Enzo P15. So now we will see how Q3 is going to shape up, and I still think the biggest story right now, both Haas drivers maybe getting caught out a little bit because of not joining in immediately, but so far if that second qualifying session they barely scraped by, and now for Q3 it is pouring down rain, so we won't even get a dry qualifying as it is just pouring down rain. So now this is really going to make the qualifying even more interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see who can tackle the very heavy rain and do some beautiful drifting to take the pole position. Oh.
Now I can imagine that we will see every single driver here on the inters. We'll see who is the first one out. I believe that was either Ryan is out. Oh, so Fat Cat will actually be the first driver out. He will be essentially the grid guinea pig for this first session, or this last session of qualifying, and this will be a full wet quali, and you can see even the spray coming up, and it is actually raining here harder in this qualifying session than it did in all of qualifying too. So it will be interesting to see how it will all shape up and how the drivers are going to handle a full wet quali.
Yeah, sorry. Just had my mic muted there, but yeah, it'll be fun to see. I think it might even be ready. I mean, some drivers would argue for the wet tire, but we know even like in real life, the wet tire isn't really good anyway. I mean, I guess it is, but to a point where it's completely dying out there in the wet. As Vid, oh, what a drift as he goes around the corner through there. I think you might have missed that one, but that was absolutely beautiful. Oh, that's like 10 star points for me.
It seems that, I mean, if they must have been watching the second session and they just may want to just drift. They probably just want to have some fun considering this. And even they're doing a little bit of a mini drift, because I mean, Singapore is, I mean, I can't imagine that we may see rain here in the wet, or sorry, we may see rain for the race as well. So, I mean, it's definitely a common occurrence, we should say, for it to rain here in Singapore.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I thought it doesn't really rain, but yeah, I mean, it's absolutely pouring it down as Vid starts his lap as well.
And now this will be very curious, because now we can actually base off of, in Q2, off of Robert and Vid's lap times. We said that they were roughly 12 seconds slower than the slicks on a dry track. So
It's got a lot more though. It's got a lot more heavy since Vid did his lap. I'd say probably about 15 to 20 seconds slower now.
That is true, and it will be very interesting to see what the times are going to look like, because the original pole lap or provisional lap that was set by Fat Cat was a minute 27.1. So it will be interesting to see what the comparison is now here in this full wet qualifying, and it will be very interesting to see if he will have the fastest time, because you all know that the rain can basically be the greatest equalizer, and especially considering having Parc Fermé, you can't change your setup. So drivers who set their setups for the dry, they could end up having issues with this rain.
It seems as if Fat Cat's quite fast. He was purple in the middle. Let me just check Ryan. Yeah, I think it's Fat Cat. As he comes to the end of his lap, what's it going to be?
We will see, and it will be a 144.067.
What does Ryan do to match that? Ryan almost bins it. It's a little bit slower. What about Vid? Vid through the final corner. Vid even slower.
Wow, so Fat Cat's still the fastest driver. Both, so Lizzie actually up into P3, Salty P5, as now Robert Lannon will go across the line, and he will go up into P4.
Super wet. Super wet. I think it's getting even more wet, maybe. I think that might be it. Unless it gets dry at the end, but I think that's going to be it. It'll be difficult to see if they can find time again, but I think that might be it. It just feels like it's really wet.
And so now it will be interesting to see. That was a huge lockup for Illyrian, as I think that, yeah, now coming out of his out lap and going into his flying lap, the next driver who will cross the line will be Meraki Dawn. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this will relate. We'll see what the time is around the final corner. And it will set, or did not set, so maybe he was on an out lap. That was a little strange. I thought he said no lap, or maybe it was invalidated. So he will also set his lap.
It was invalidated.
So now Winter will now be the next driver who will set a lap. And he will set a 146.8, so he will go up into P6. And now we will see Liam in the Williams will now set his lap time. We'll see what he sets. And he's up into P7 with a 147.045. And that just leaves Illyrian and Meraki Dawn with to be the last drivers to set their laps.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like there's more rain, but it feels like there's a better dry line. So I don't know if it's going to be better for the people that started up at the front. I mean, as you can see, Vid's actually done another lap. Sorry, I just wanted to say Vid's just completed another lap and put himself P2 immediately, which is good for him. Anybody else finishing laps? Lizzie, he's starting one now as well. But yeah, Illyrian is the only one to actually not have a lap that is on one, but also Meraki Dawn just behind him, I think also on one as well.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see, and that is crucial for Vid if he wants basically any hope of remaining in the championship. I mean, he basically needs to win every single race and everything. And I actually do think you're right about the dry line forming. Illyrian will come across the line. And he actually only improves at one place up into P8 with a 147.123. But look at that from Meraki Dawn, a 144.3 slingshotting into P2. And that is a fantastic lap from your championship leader.
I was also just going to say, Illyrian didn't use like any battery on his lap. He barely was using any of it. So yeah, now I think this is the lap he's actually going on to, because it seems as if he was barely using his battery on that lap, because he had 100% coming across the line and all throughout the final sector.
So it will be interesting to see. Oh, Lizzie actually will go ahead and retire. So Lizzie, who's currently P2 in the championship, will retire in P5. If his teammate gets a faster lap time, then he's going to overtake him. And with them being so close, I mean, literally every point can matter. as we go down to the end of the championship. And once again, it doesn't look like he's using that much, or Illyrian is using that much battery in his lap. I mean, he's using it on the straights, but other than that, he's really not using it basically at all for the rest of the lap, so, or for the rest of the track. So I'm interested to see.
Purple. Wow.
He does get a purple sector too. So
I think he got off. Maybe the dry line helping him as well.
yeah, that is true. You can't even see on the spectating camera, you actually can see the dry line forming. So this will be, I'm very interested to see what his lap time is going to be as he's getting around the final corner. What will his lap time be? And it's a P3 for Illyrian with a 144.513. So currently now we do see a lot of these other drivers are still on track, maybe getting either a little bit more practice or maybe just going ahead and setting their next times. As actually Fat Cat, is he gonna get out of the way? And it looks like he is actually, as that will be, I believe that is, yeah, Vid going past him.
Vid's improving.
Oh, and actually Vid with a purple sector too, and he just barely stays in track limits. So now Vid is also pushing, and now the dry line that you were talking about is even more prominent.
Yeah, it seems as if maybe the middle sector is where people can gain a bunch because of the dry line, it seems.
So now it'll be interesting to see as Viz around the last turn, and he will go almost drifting across the pole. And now it's going to be Fat Cat will start his lap for a response, but Vid with a current provisional pole with a 143.5. Fat Cat is going to have to improve almost half a second to recover that provisional pole, and actually Vid will get out of his way and let him go through. What a lap.
Yeah, really, really nice lap there from Vid. Found loads of time in. He was actually down by I think it was 23 thousandths in the first sector, but he pulled it back for a 1.1 gain, a 1.1 second gain, as Fat Cat is improving by 1.8 tenths and purple.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting battle down to the end. I believe that a minute and a half remaining. So any of these drivers that want to get one more lap in, it's going to be close if they want to cross the line and get one more lap in. And more than likely, this will be maybe if Fat Cat wants, if he's going to back out, it would be a question if he would or not.
Robert almost got in the way of Fat Cat. They were in like the tunnel area, but Robert was sticking to the left as far as he could to not get in the way, as Fat Cat's improving by 7 tenths.
Oh. So now this is going to be very interesting as he goes through sector 3. And actually, I did see in the background, Robert got out of the way from Ryan. So now heading down through sector 3, I mean, this is where we really see the dry line. I think the end of sector 2 and then sector 3 is where you can really see the dry line and where you can really take advantage of it. As across the line goes Fat Cat. Does he have it? He does!
Oh my
a 142.731, and actually Ryan with an even faster lap on his sake, and he goes up into P2 past Vid. Oh, and now actually Meraki Don has an invalidated lap, so he will not set a faster lap. He's still in P2, and now Illyrian actually sets a purple sector 2.
Yeah, Robert as well, not on a bad lap. Let's have a look at his first sector. When he finishes it, he's going to get maybe a toe from his teammate. No. Is Vid done? No, Vid's going again. So we'll have to see what's Vid's first sector looking like. We're about to see that as well.
And now
he comes to the end of it. He's got
qualifying
to be
will end. Illyrian across the line only improves up into P4. So now we will see Ryan will not set another lap. I don't believe that Fat Cat is setting one either. So we'll see. It does look like Vid is going for another lap, but his teammate is ahead of him.
Yeah, Vid's improving by 2 tenths. Let's have a look at Fat Cat though. I feel like Fat Cat might be on a lap. He's used. Yeah.
It will be interesting to see. I believe Fat Cat is ahead of, Fat Cat is ahead of Robert. And actually he sets a purple sector 2. He beats his own time.
And Ryan's done.
So now as he goes through sector 3. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how much he will improve by, as now he's heading through the last part of sector 3 around the final corner. How much does he improve by? And he improves by almost 3/10. So now it comes down to Robert Landon. He was also on a flying lap. What will he finish? P2 for his sake. So now Vid behind him, his teammate, and a P2 misses out by just barely 10, probably 10 hundredths of a second. So now, and actually Liam is invalidated lap. Salty for his sake will go up into P7. So a good showing from him. What a crazy qualifying down to the end here in the pouring down rain.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, there's always the spots on the lap where you can find that tiny amount of time that Vid had, but I'm just naming one of them. In the final corner, that final curb on the exit, that if you hit, you lose the rear, and he loses the rear like very slightly. That would have probably cost him that small time, but wow, very close between the top two. Insane. And they both had like 6-lap old inters there as well that they were running to do that lap. So clearly the rain does look like it's lightened up a bit as well. And of course the track is got a huge dry line. So maybe it will start slightly wet and get dry, or yeah, maybe there'll be no rain at all.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what it's going to look like for the race itself. But here is your current lineup. So 7,000. Vide misses out as Fat Cat will get pole position. Vid with P2, Robert Landon P3, Ryan P4, Illyrian P5, All About Dre or Meraki Don at P6, Salty P7, Alizzy P8, Winter P9, and Liam P10. So wow, I can't believe that 7,000 of a second missed out between Fat Cat and Vi. I mean, this is going to be an insane race. No matter if it's dry or wet, this could be a very close race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fun one.
And actually, Winter said that his internet died. I can see if I can get him back in, if he's back in the game. I do believe I don't see you online, so maybe internet died. But now they'll set. So actually, it will be a dry start. So it will be interesting to see how this whole grid now will shape up with it being dry. I mean, with how much rain we saw in qualifying, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if we see it in the race. It's probably going to be a dry and wet race, but it kind of becomes the same question that we've seen in other races here earlier in the season. It's going to become almost like the competition of when to pit, when to go for that crossover point. And I mean, we saw in Belgium even that can be a very crucial part of your strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go then.
And just like that, we will go ahead and get going here in Singapore as the 5 lights are on, and we are underway here in Singapore for the Grand Prix of Division 1. Fat Cat will get a decent watch, and he's going to get ahead of everyone. He's going to lead the grid down. Vide going a little bit wide. Robert will secure P3, and now you can see further down the grid, it looks like one kick Sauber. Salty going for moves up into P7. Him and Alizzy are side by side, and I mean the whole grid now still going, doing a great job of avoidance, but Alizzy around the outside will get up into P7. But there's still one kick Sauber, and actually Salty and his teammate Thomas are fighting side by side, and Thomas will actually pass up into P8. So already both a chaotic start, but a very great job by our drivers of giving space and being clean.
Yeah, as we can see, Fat Cat already pulling a huge gap. Fat Cat looking like he's really fast here. He was fast in the dry in Q1, and as it comes up, a possible race strategy, 1 stop medium to hard or a 2 stop medium hard. So we'll have to see what the drivers choose to do, and Vid is already out of a second. Wow, maybe that's tyres that are doing that, because no, they're all on mediums, and the Gleb has an incident.
Yeah, I was gonna say we do have a caution in sector
Is that a VSC? Is that a VSC?
Yeah, VSC is deployed.
Yeah.
So,
oh wait, yeah. Pool diver's front wing is completely
yeah. So maybe he had a pool diver. Pool diver had an incident in the hairpin where he's missing his front wing, so he will have to go ahead and pit for that. The VSC will help him there, but we will get our first VSC. Our drivers are probably glad it's not a full safety car, so it just keeps the race moving. But already our first incident.
Yeah. Pool diver leaves the session as well, so probably gonna pit and retire maybe. Yeah. Pit to retire, probably that is, maybe, or is he gonna stay in it? I don't know. I mean, it's only lap 1. Anything can happen from the rest of the race. Are we underway? No, we're not underway.
Still under VSC right now. Most of the grid is on the medium tire. So, I mean, even talking about the possible race strategies, going from the medium to the hard as we are back underway. But I mean, once again, we said if there is rain, that strategy could basically be torn up and thrown away very quickly.
Yeah, as we are underway, I think, as Wildcat crashes.
So Wildcat will crash in sector 1. We don't have a camera. We'll see, maybe no. And actually, just like that, the retirement will keep the race green, but Wildcat will be out of the race with a crash. And we have our first DNF, our first true DNF of the race.
Yeah, as we can see, Fat Cat's pulled a 2-second gap already, and Vid was like 1.4 in front of Robert, and now Robert's only 9/10 back. I assume that's Vid just slowing down to make sure his teammate does get DRS, I assume. So he, or is he even going to get it though?
Be very interesting. Fat Cat will set the fastest lap. I mean, maybe this is just Fat Cat's favorite track. I mean, through all of qualifying and here now at the start of the race, this has just been his race to lose, basically.
Yeah, he's already pulled a huge gap, and now Vid can't slow down much more. I assume he does through that corner to aid him. Does he get the DRS? I don't think he does. Or
no,
does
he didn't. So actually, that's going to leave him open to attack from Ryan, as Ryan is trying to chase him down. I will go ahead.
Vid slowed up a lot now. Yeah, Vid slowed up a lot, so that they should be able to work together. Clearly, Vid maybe is quite quick as well, but yeah, that will save Robert from being attacked from behind.
And I did send an invite to Pool Diver, so we'll see if he's going to be able to get back in. Yeah, so Pool Diver does join back in, so maybe it was a little bit of connection issues. But so far, and actually we are seeing in the chat, is that the normal window is around lap 11, or the window will start opening, will start at lap 10. So the mediums probably won't last that long, but like I said, I'm just still waiting for the moment of chaos where we just start to see the rainfall, because I mean, it could really come out of nowhere. I mean, the shades of Canada, where we could just see rain basically appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Fat Cat really far in front already, and Vid already 3 seconds down. I mean, yes, he's gaining because the fact that Merakidon's quite far back, but he needs to win this, Vid or Robert, if they want to be in the championship fight. They've got to pick a driver and stick with that driver. If they want to go with one of them to go for it. As Robert, I think, might have just got 2 different track limit warnings, because it looks like he just skipped over the curb and... No, yeah, he did. He just got 1. So yeah, and 2 in 1 lap there, so that's really not good for him.
Yeah, track limits can be very, very... I mean, we were talking about that in the qualifying, how about invalidating, and we've seen earlier this season how much penalties can really hurt your race. One thing that I am looking at currently right now is actually 5, 6, and 7 with Illyrian, Merakidon, and Alizzi right now kind of all in their own almost DRS train behind Vid, who's leading it. And that's basically right there our 3 championship leaders, which is Merakidon is currently leading the championship. Alizzi is in 2nd place, and Illyrian is in 3rd place. And I echo what you said earlier, that Vid or Robert Landon, they have to win this race. They have to win basically all 4 races, which would be this race, the sprint race, and feature race in Monza, and then Abu Dhabi to even have a chance. So, I mean, Fat Cat is kind of putting a wrench in that plan. I mean, it is only lap 5, so it will be, we have plenty of race to go. But, I mean, it's just with that much of a gap, those, you really do have to start thinking about it.
It just seems like Robert is getting the DRS. Oh, yeah, Robert.
There it is. The first penalty of the race, and it goes to Robert Landon for track limits violations.
And their switcheroo positions. Nice and strategic there. Well, I mean, it's also, yeah, it's a bit weird. Earlier when he raced with us, he didn't get a single penalty at Netherlands. I mean, of course, that's not really a track where you do get track limits penalties, because as soon as you go off track, you're in the grass. So, but yeah, a bit weird that how he's already got that much penalties, and I feel like he's just completely pulled away. It seems as if Vid's just about going to get the DRS, but yeah, if he doesn't have the DRS, Ryan is right behind him.
Yeah, and I mean, Ryan, you can see like he is just slowly catching up to Vid. And I mean, it's just gonna be very interesting to see. And actually, Vid did not get DRS, so now Ryan, he thought about making a move, but he didn't. Instead, he'll stay behind. And especially with a DRS train like this, you have to be thinking about how much your tires are going to wear because of the dirty air, in which these 2025 cars, dirty air is really, really atrocious. So, I mean, I can see that may end up playing a factor, but...
Oh, Don, sorry. Meraki Don was on the inside of Illyrian there, but Illyrian manages to keep him at bay, and that might now open the door for Lizzie, maybe?
I mean, maybe, but you can see that Meraki Don is all over the back of Illyrian, and arguably, and actually Liam will get his first 3-second time penalty for track limits violations. And notoriously, as I said before, Singapore is a very difficult track for those who race on controller, and actually Meraki Don is one of those ones who races on controller. And even in the chat at the end of qualifying, he just said that he hates this track for that reason. And I mean, right now he's in P6. I can imagine right now, being a championship leader, he wants to get the best result he can, but I'm interested to see how much it will end up affecting him over the course of the whole race.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Alpine team right now, this is the perfect opportunity to get back in the race. You need to just go, and you do need to go and catch up to the leader, because he's in clean air, not really tyre wear, hurting him as much. And yeah, so you got to really pick a person here, and considering Robert's already got a 3-sec, you probably, as they're going to do another switcheroo, considering they have almost pulled a full second, and they have. If they can go here, the two Alpines, enough, and there's a yellow flag in the final sector.
Oh, there
is that salty? Oh, wow. He binned it out the exit the final corner.
He did, and actually good news is that Winter was able to join. That is good news for him. I don't see any damage on that kick, Sauber. I don't know if you have a different angle than I do. But, oh no, he does have damage. He's lost both end plates, so unfortunate for Salty that he does have damage. So he will probably have to pit for a new front wing. But yeah, I was gonna say, I echo what you're saying, and actually Landon and Vid did another switcheroo, so Landon now in second place. But I agree, at this point you kind of have to pick one driver, and you just got to try and chase down the leader, because I mean, Fat Cat almost 5 seconds ahead, and especially for him, he's not gonna have very much. And actually, I believe that Pool Diver with the crash.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, he's into the sidewall, and he's not moving. So that actually may bring out a VSC or a safety car.
He's going, but I don't know what actually happened there as Vid and Robert make another switcheroo. I think if these two at the front can go on this next straight, I think, oh no, they're going to have to do it in the middle sector somewhere, because they're close to getting the second gap. And of course, Illyrian now, from defending against Meraki Don, it's 3 seconds down. So Alizzi's got to help his teammate here because, I mean, the best they can do now is sort of, yeah, work together. The two has to stop Meraki Don from catching, from getting past them. As yeah, the two Alpine's job is to get the full second gap to Ryan.
And they'll do another pass there. I'm curious to see if we're going to see a move. You see Meraki Don thought about it. He is all over the back of Illyrian. It looked like he thought about a move, but he chose not to go for it. But, I mean, you already said it. You can see that the grid is kind of basically dividing into these different grids. You have the top 4 in like their own little battle. You have P5 through P9 in their own battle. And then you have like a huge split between P10 and P11. And then you have P12 through P14. So kind of an interesting divide that you can see here as we go through this race.
Yeah, something's happened to Vid. He's completely dropped off. Yeah, Robert's now 1.3, so yeah, Ryan's going to go and pass him soon.
Oh, he thought about making the move there. He didn't. So, and
gonna
actually, I
do
will
it,
say, Pool Diver will
retired.
retire, but he does retire in the pits, so that won't bring out a safety car. And now we'll see maybe here on the front stretch. Now Ryan's gonna hold off and not go for the move just yet, but yeah, Vid is falling off the pace, so maybe those mediums are basically reaching the end of lifespan. I mean, lap 10 is when the window opens, so we'll be curious to see. And someone even said before that I didn't even think about before, the undercut is powerful here. I mean, having an average of a minute and a half lap time, the undercut can be very powerful here. And considering, considering that many of these people are going to go, so Salty will also retire in the pits. That's 3 drivers there with a retirement. Wildcat crashed, Pool Diver retiring in the pits, and then Salty retiring in the pits. So 3 DNS right there, but still we've only had 1 VSC, because I feel like that'd be the one thing that could ruin Fat Cat, is that if they have a safety car and because of having this huge gap, if a safety car goes off and he is past the pits and Vid and Robert and everyone behind him are able to get that free pit stop first, that could really be detrimental to Fat Cat if he wants to pit as well.
Yeah, there's a yellow flag, and that's Winter in Sector 1. I think he just spun as... I just saw someone almost lose their rear. That might have been Vid, actually. But yeah, Vid's also pulled a second gap to Ryan. And Ryan no longer has DRS, and his battery's fully depleted, as 2A makes the pass on Alizzi, because Alizzi goes for the undercut. So let's see how powerful it's going to be.
And actually, Vid is actually back up into DRS range of his teammate. So actually a good job by him to push and get back into DRS range. But Fat Cat is 6 seconds ahead of Robert in P2. And so Lizzie and Liam will be the ones who go into the pits for the undercut.
Meraki Don makes
now we have a retirement. We have a crash, and that is a safety car.
That's really not... that's going to kill Lizzie.
Oh, that is really going to hurt Lizzie. But Winter will retire after a crash in Sector 2. So now I can imagine that we will see basically everyone pit. And we will probably see everyone go onto those hard tires. And yeah, probably.
If you're Vid, you've got to slow down. If you're Vid, you've... Wildcat left the session.
Yeah.
Or was that me?
No, that wasn't just you. That was, Wildcat has left the session. But we are still racing. We'll see how it goes. I will say this will be interesting. So far, no threat of rain. But now with the safety car, and I can imagine that everyone will be pitting to go onto those hard tires.
But then what do you do if you're Vid, though? You have to slow down, don't you? Because you're actually going to get held up in the pits.
Yeah, that is true, actually. Oh, now it looks like he is, maybe, or...
Yeah, he is. Look how much he slowed down.
Oh, yeah, now he is really slowing down. So now we'll see the Alpine double stack, and you can see now you'll see the streamline of everyone going into the pits.
How perfect is it going to be? Here we go. Here comes the first one. In.
And first pit.
Oh,
Actually, maybe a little bit of a slow up, but not much. As there
Ryan
goes the
going to get in
pit.
front. Ryan does get in front, and so does Thomas. And Vid's going to get out. Okay, that's not bad. Vid only loses one position to Ryan. Could have been much worse.
Could have been, yeah, actually could have been much worse. That is probably the best case scenario. And I mean, now you have the whole grid that will reform for the restart of the race. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, at the very start of the race, we saw Fat Cat. He got out to a huge start right from the get-go and built up that gap. So I'm interested to see if he's going to do the exact same thing here on the safety car restart, or is anyone behind him going to be more prepared or more ready?
Yeah, who's going to be it? I mean, I don't know who it was. I think it was Winter. He might have retired on track. That might have caused... Unless we're doing a restart, but I don't see any DMs. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't see any DMs from Wildcat saying anything about it. So, yeah, I think it's just Wildcat disconnecting. I assume we're not restarting because someone, like, retired on track or whatever. I don't know if it was actually on track, but, I mean, I don't know how else it would have triggered the safety car, unless, of course, Winter actually crashed, but I don't think I saw him do that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I also did not see a message as well. So we will see how it all goes. OBS is still having somewhat of issues, but so far the stream is still running, so I think we are good in that sake. But yeah, we'll see how this all goes. I mean, if we want to talk a little bit about long term, as we will head for another safety car lap, Robert is in 4th place for the championship. I mean, he probably has a more realistic chance than Vid does. If Robert wins this race or wins the next 4 races or the 3 races after this. And right now, Marakidan in P5, he actually overtook Illyrian through those pit stops. So then Illyrian in P6, and Lizzie right now is in P11. You talk about that undercut hurting. I mean, this is probably the chance for Illyrian to close that championship gap and retake 2nd place. But yeah, this race has not gone according to plan if you are a Lizzie.
Yeah, not looking good for Lizzie. Down and out in P11. And then you've also... But I just wanted to mention as well, the only driver who went onto another medium tyre, who did pit before the safety car, Leclerc, he's on the mediums, maybe trying a double medium. So definitely that's a 2-stop there, of course. Medium, hard. So an aggressive 2-stop there. But I think they've pitted now this early that they all have to go onto 2 stops, unless, of course, they can somehow hold on for a 1-stop. Maybe if you're, I don't know, one of the drivers at the front, do you just try and stay out the way, save your tyres, and do one less stop? Can you make it for this distance? I think you should be able to either way, but yeah, I think it was practically perfect time in the safety car.
Yeah, so it's going to make the rest of this race. I mean, we are nearing halfway through the race, and I mean, safety car will be in this lap, as Fat Cat will take control of the race, or sorry, take control of the grid. So it will be interesting long term to see how it all is going to pan out. This, I mean, most of everyone on these hard tires are probably planning to go to the end unless another safety car or something else happens. So, I mean, Lizzie's probably very wary of those tires, but we'll see now how the restart will go.
Yeah, here we go.
Robert is all over the back of Fat Cat. He is waiting for him to go.
He's going.
So there he goes around the last turn, and it looked like he got a monster launch. It looked like he took Robert by surprise, and look at Vid. Vid is going side by side with Ryan. They crossed the line. maybe a little bit of question. Now there's contact. And now look, side by side is Vid and Meraki Don. Vid will go through it. Now the Haas is round. It's into the wall and loses an end plate.
No. I don't know how to react to what you just said. But yeah, Hilarion into the wall, losing the end plate, and yeah, now he's sort of in the same position as his teammate. Thankfully, his teammate actually gaining a couple of positions, but now the Haas team are in an absolute horrible position. They have to hope they can get back into this one. And as well, from Vid going up the inside of Ryan, that's completely cooked them from a gap. And we've just had Thomas go straight on. Thomas has gone straight on. He's just dead now, and Ryan's lost a 2-second gap. Now Vid's just tucked up right behind Ryan. A bit of argy-bargy between those lot. And now Robert's even lost time to bloomin' Fat Cat. So Fat Cat showing his pure pace out at the front.
And already, and actually, I think you can see Vid getting a little impatient. He gave a little bit of a tap to the back of Ryan going through Sector 2. There isn't any DRS, so now it'll be interesting. Actually, you can see Meraki Don is now, maybe he thought about a move that now you have this group right here that is Ryan, Vid, and Meraki Don now. And this is going to be very interesting. We'll see. Actually, Fat Cat will set a new personal best. Vid is going to go really wide. There must be damage to his car as now side by side going through turn 1 down the inside. A little bit of contact. Still side by side, but Vid is going to keep it. I don't know how in the world he kept it around the outside, but he does. And he will still be within DRS range. So we will get DRS, and he's going to try and chase down Ryan. I mean, you can tell Vid is racing with everything he's got.
Oh, he's almost got up the inside of Ryan.
Oh, now it's going to go. Now it's going to be the reverse. A lockup. And now almost everyone, and somehow they're still side by side. I don't know how there's not been more contact. Vid
How is
and
Vid?
Yeah, I don't know. They're still side by side. A little bit of touching. Oh, and now he's going to go to the inside and retake P4. This is crazy racing.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bit of contact between the two of them, but I still, I think it's just like a little bit of bumping. I guess, yeah, you don't want to be bumping, but it's not really like too much to call it an actual time penalty, I guess, maybe for the, I guess they're just getting their nose in. I mean, somehow Vid's been holding it around the outside. Retake. No, that's really going to hurt him. As
to the inside. He's going to do it. A little bit of a tap. That's going to make Ryan go wide.
Ryan has end plate damage, I just wanted to mention.
Oh, so that is not going to be good. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I don't know if Vid did that on purpose or not, but now he has no battery. And now to the inside goes Meraki Don, and he's going to take over P4 despite the penalty. And I mean, you can see just whole cluster of cars is still right here.
Yeah, absolutely. In this situation, I think now if you're Robert, you're trying to pull away with that 3-sec you've got, and then, but now Dre's just got himself even into P3. Like, yeah, this is really not helping, and Vid's now losing a position to 2A.
Yeah, this
Vid's getting aggressive.
Ooh, he locked up. Oh, but he's gonna, he doesn't gain any positions out of it. Then he will remain behind 2A, maybe getting a little bit too aggressive, just trying to get as many positions as he can, but it seems that it's hurting him more and more. And actually, Meraki Don is already out of DRS range, already broke DRS range away from Ryan. So now Ryan is basically back to where he was, defending against the cars that are right behind him. And I mean, you can see they're probably all saving battery, trying to just get as much battery as they can. Lizzie will get a 3-second time penalty, so that will not help. So now is 2A going to go for a move? It looked like he thought about it, but he's going to slow down and still tuck in behind. Now there's a caution, and Greco's has retired. Crash in Sector 3, and that is a safety car.
Some drivers don't pit. Vid's already in. Vid was the first out of anybody behind to pit. Only Vid and Enzo to pit. That might benefit them.
Yeah, that actually may benefit them, as they're going to get the free pit stop right now. No one else did. And actually, Vid is going to...
Yeah, sorry, wait, Vid?
So he does replace the front end, or he does replace his front wing. So he does get a new front wing and a new set of hard tires. That is really going to benefit him. Enzo gets a fresh set of mediums. So now I'm curious to see how this is going to go. If anyone else in this front grid is going to pit.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see if anybody actually does. Maybe Leclerc on the mediums. Probably a shout, considering he's done 6 laps on them already. But yeah, I don't know. Does Fat Cat pit? And I don't know, risk the track position. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, we just have to wait as they do head through Sector 3. You just kind of have to wait and see. So it looks like it probably is going to be a dry race unless rain somehow appears in the last part of the like the last few laps. But now here we go toward the pit lane. This is going to be the question. So Fat Cat does not pit. So now it looks like the leaders are not pitting. So Vid and Enzo were the only ones who pit out of that front group.
Even Ryan doesn't pit, and Ryan has end plate damage.
Interesting. So no one else is pitting. So very interesting decision. I mean, Vid will have the freshest tires going into the end of the race, but I don't know. Maybe counting on another safety car to occur, maybe, but I'm not entirely sure of the decision.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, I guess if you're Vid, you've still got now 10 cars to go through to get to the top. So yeah. How do you play that card of getting through everyone to get to Fat Cat to maybe take the victory? It's going to be a lot to do. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And I mean, Illyrian is also in the same position. I mean, we actually going into the safety car or going out of the safety car restart. We had Illyrian toward the front, and then you had Olizzy at the back of the grid. Now, all of a sudden, it's the opposite. Olizzy is now currently in P6, and Illyrian is now in P12. So, kind of already reversed. There are like reversed positions as we restart after this next safety car. But, yeah, I don't know. Still not a great position for Haas, especially considering that the championship leader is in 3rd place currently right now. And I think something else to consider, a good majority of these drivers do have penalties, and I can imagine that many of these other drivers do have strikes against them as well. So with safety cars bunching everyone up, it's going to be interesting to see how these penalties will affect them.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see as Vid catches up to the back of the pack. Now I assume Lyrian will get back there, which is really going to help him considering he was quite far back after having to fix his front wing. So Illyrian back in the fight. Same with Vid as well.
Yeah, I can imagine that we'll probably restart. Actually, Illyrian is back into the pits. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe going ahead and switching onto a hard compound, maybe? I guess we'll see. And yes, he is switching onto the hard compound. Actually, an old hard compound. So now the grid will probably restart despite that. And we'll restart going into lap 19, which we're already halfway through this race. And I mean, so far, very intriguing race. I mean, especially considering the championship and how it will all play out.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see what happens at the end of this one. Can Vid fight his way back through the field? Or will it just stay with the man who's been in the lead the whole time?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. Still no word. Last time they said, or the game said safety car in this lap, entering sector 3. So we'll see if they do say that or if it's going to be one more lap. The lights are still on the Aston Martin safety car. And the lights are remaining on. So actually we will restart this race going into lap 20 actually. So we have one more lap as Illyrian will actually finally catch up to the grid. Actually, no, never mind. Scratch that. They, out of nowhere, they just said, nope, safety car is in this lap as Illyrian does catch back up. So Fat Cat will take control of the grid, and we're going to have another restart and see if maybe Robert can get a better launch than he did last time.
Yeah, here we go then. When is he going to go?
Leading the grid down, safety car is in the pits, and now he will go, and Robert had a little bit of wheel spin, so that will hurt him as they go through the last turn. Fat Cat once again getting a great launch, and that will absolutely benefit him. Robert with the wheel spin did not help him, and 2A going a little bit wide. It looked like he was trying to chase down Ryan, maybe go to the inside. Toto Hammer will pass Enzo. Actually, Enzo will fall down into P10 as we see now. Oh no, Enzo will actually retake P9 going through sector 1. So again, same verse, or second verse, same as the first. Fat Cat with another great launch out of the safety car and kind of leaves Robert in the dust.
Yeah, absolutely. As Toto completely pushes Illyrian wide, but Illyrian gets the position back, and now Enzo and Vid are just working together. Look at them. They've both got those fresh tyres. They've just devoured both the McLarens in the space of only the first sector. So it seems as if those fresh rubber absolutely aiding them beautifully, as now Enzo is already back on the next pack.
And actually, you can see that Illyrian is doing the same thing. Illyrian passed both McLarens and is now up into P10. And there isn't any DRS on this first lap after the safety car, so they can't use that quite yet. And actually, Enzo's going to go ahead and do another pass. Are we going to see it again as Vid is chasing down the Williams of Liam? I don't know. No, he's not going to go for the inside move there. But they are kind of what you were saying. They were kind of working together. That fresh rubber is really benefiting them.
Yeah, Vid's kind of using Enzo as Enzo makes another pass because Lizzie runs wide. Vid losing a time because he went wide, so that's not good. He needs to get through there because he's been using Enzo because Enzo has the fresh mediums, which are better than fresh hards. So Vid needs to get through.
And actually, speaking about that, this is going to be very interesting. Lizzie and Liam side by side, still DRS open now. They're all going to have DRS, and now Vid is right behind Lizzie. How are we going to see this? Vid goes past Liam, and he's going to remain there, and he does pass Liam. So now Vid and Lizzie are side by side. And actually, now you can see Illyrian will overtake Liam as well. So the two Haas's and the Alpine fighting and scrapping up the grid.
Enzo's flying on those mediums. He's already up to P4 from P10. He's flying. He's now 2A. And Lizzie. Oh, Vid's there as well. Jesus.
He hits the wall. Vid loses an end plate. He hits the wall, but he still remains in P7. Lizzie up into P5, and Illyrian falls down into P10.
Yeah, that's not going to help Vid. He was trying to get through the pack, and well, maybe some reports going to come through from that because, yeah, something happened there that caused all of that, and now maybe Vid's benefit, and now Vid's shaking his steering wheel on the straight, maybe clearly saying it might have been Ryan's fault. But yeah, clearly someone's fault, and I think it might have been all aided from Ryan going deep, and now Vid is going to have, well, he's going to get a great run there, actually on Ryan, and probably going to send it. Yes, he does, and Ryan also has end plate damage. So
and a little bit.
The end plate damage causing him to have to go from flying straight on, but Vid into P6. Now he needs to go and chase after Lizzie and then get higher up into the grid, but they're also spaced out now, and now he has that damage that is gonna, yeah, it's gonna hurt him.
Yeah, it is gonna hurt him, and actually going back to the front of the grid, actually Enzo is making up time on P2 and P3.
That was not good from Ryan. He's just completely smashed Vid into the side, into the corner.
Yeah, now actually Ryan has no end place no matter what, so maybe frustration being taken out on the track. And I was actually saying that Meraki Dawn actually did catch up to Robert And Robert still holding on to P2, but with the championship leader on his tail and looking to further his or extend his lead. But like I said before, Enzo is still making up time. Those mediums are just, he is flying on those mediums right now.
Yeah, I mean, Vid and Ryan don't have 3-6. Like, they should be going and chasing after the rest of the grid. So Ryan shouldn't be fighting Vid here, especially if he has more end plate damage.
There was contact. I think 2A actually, or I think Ryan spun and actually hit 2A behind him. So now actually Illyrian will overtake 2A and now chase down as Vid will go up into P6. Still retaining most of his front wing, and he'll continue to push on, and we'll see if maybe these extracurriculars will continue.
Yeah, I mean, look at them. The guys from P2 all the way down to P5 have 3-second penalties. So if Vid can catch up, then he can gain those positions. They all have 3 secs, so all he needs to do is get within that 3-second mark. Oh, Robert and Marakidon switch positions.
So the move is done. That will definitely help Marakidon now in the championship if he can hold on to it. We just about have 10 laps of racing remaining. So far right now, it doesn't look like anyone's going to make a stop. And actually, I am curious to see how this is going to work, because, I mean, you can already see that Marakidon, despite this being one of his least favorite tracks, he is still showing really good pace. And I think probably his best pace is being on the hard compound. And I mean, you can see the pace. I wonder if something is wrong for Fat Cat, because look at the time. That Marakidon is now almost all the way up into DRS range. I'm wondering if something is wrong with Fat Cat. Look at this. Look at all the time they're making up. It looks like something may be wrong, or maybe, I don't know if he slowed down on purpose, but something is wrong.
Yeah, there's no end plate damage, so I have no idea what that is, but yeah, really weird there. So maybe they're all gonna fight now and have, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they all have a bit of a three-way fight.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened, as now Marakidon is within a half a second. Robert is still right behind, and actually Enzo, you see him in the background, him and Alizzi are not far behind. So I am interested to see how if this fight is going to continue. I'm with you. I don't understand what that was about. Why Fat Cat had slowed up. I don't know if something happened or something went wrong, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe Fat Cat, I don't know, just having some fun, or maybe there was like a loss of a rear, maybe lose the rear big, but didn't actually go into the wall. I don't know, but seems like he's already putting a decent gap already. But yeah, we'll have to see if they are going to fight as well.
Yeah, they are still right there. He's not pulling away as quickly as he did. Ryan will get his first 3-second time penalty, and actually Robert actually will get us another time penalty, so that is 6 seconds worth of time penalties for Robert. That is really going to hurt him. And I was gonna say, Ryan now has fallen all the way down into P11 with that broken front wing, and he's still not pitted.
Yeah, so he isn't pitted, so yeah, will people like Vid who haven't got penalties be able to get themselves back in this fight?
Excuse me for coughing, and actually I will look. So right now you can see the penalties that Marakidon, Enzo, Alizzi, Illyrian, Liam, and Ryan have 3 seconds. Robert has 6 seconds. So right now with the 3 seconds, I think we can see maybe the interval. So right now Vide would overtake Alizzi and get 5th place, I believe, right now. So we'll keep an eye on the time penalties, and we'll see how that will all end up happening as we see maybe some of these gaps will shrink. And yeah, still very interesting. And actually, like I said before, Fat Cat is still, he's pulling pace. No, there's no denying about that, but he is certainly not flying like he was earlier in the race. I'm not entirely sure if something happened, or I just don't know. I don't know if he did it on purpose where he slowed down or because he just wanted to fight, but I don't know. I'm a little clueless.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to see as this race pans out who will take the top spot. But yeah, wonder.
And actually, so far now you can see that a little bit of gaps have formed. You can see that the leaders right there are all near each other, but then Enzo is almost 2.5 seconds behind them. Alizzi is 2.5 seconds behind Enzo, and then Vi 2 seconds as well. So there is a gap. And then you see that 2A will leads the rest, basically the rest of this grid. And yeah, I mean, just so far, not as close racing as we saw earlier in the race. A lot of the race, or the drivers, have kind of split up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the front three are still all within fighting distance, but they're just not really fighting.
Yeah, still so far, and like I said, I'm still very interested to see how the penalties will pan out. And I mean, who knows if there is somehow another safety car or something else happens that could throw a wrench into this. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if that happens. But yeah, I don't know. Still a close fight for the leaders right now, and I think Fat Cat is probably feeling comfortable right now in the lead, that despite being in the fight, I mean, everyone behind him directly has penalties, so he's probably not too concerned right now. I mean, this is basically his race to lose.
Yeah, it is. So we'll have to see who can. I mean, Marakidon is only 5 cents back, but does still have that 3 sec anyway. And Lizzie's actually gained a great amount of time on Enzo now because of that damage. The tires he has, because Enzo has those really getting worn mediums. 10 laps on the mediums is a lot now. Is Fat Cat lagging? I thought he was for a second. Or is that might just be me?
No, it wasn't just you. I also saw that little bit of a lag, so I don't know if that has been happening normal, or maybe that was just the first time that we've seen it. But now, as they enter sector 3, we are nearing the end of the race. Still so far no movement up and down the grid. I mean, you can see that Marakidon and Robert Landon have been trying to chase down Fat Cat, but even with DRS, they just haven't really been able to close down that gap. But in the grand scheme of things, this actually does help Marakidon, especially considering the championship, because effectively, if the race ends where it is right now, I do believe that Vid would be knocked out of the championship, and actually I think that that would knock out Robert as well. So all in all, Fat Cat is basically helping Marakidon, basically helping him in the championship.
Yeah, but Robert only 3 tenths back here, so he's probably not going to be able to have enough of a go. Yeah. Not enough.
Oh, maybe a little close there. I don't know if there could have been much more than a postcard distance between the front wing and rear wing between them. But I mean, I think that just kind of shows how aggressive that Robert is trying to be. And I mean, you saw it with Vid as well. It's the driving of someone who is trying to stay in the championship race. Oh, and a little bit of a spin there, more wheel spin. And, oh, he's going to remain at DRS range. That will save him. But that wheel spin coming back to haunt him again.
Yeah. And Lizzie right up behind Enzo here. Only 10th back. Probably going to make the move very, very soon.
And actually, I think this will definitely help a little bit of a lock up there from Enzo. Those mediums are probably dying at this point. And I mean, if you're a Lizzie, especially the fact that now Vid has caught up, so that would actually put him into P4 now, ahead of both of them, due to the penalties. And I mean, if you're a Lizzie, you need to get past Enzo as quick as possible, because you have Vid right behind you. Even with a damaged end plate, he still has the pace, and he is still catching up to you. So I mean, for a Lizzie, you gotta get past Enzo as quick as possible. And now maybe here's the move to do it, and he will do it. So that is definitely going to help him out as he does finally get the move done. But I do think that those 18 lap old hard tires are hurting him now.
Yeah, absolutely. Those tires are definitely going to start to hurt for everybody at the front. People like Vid, his tires are going to be helping him now, and I think Vid's close enough to probably get the move. Well, he's going to be able to boost up to P4 now. Oh, Enzo's in the wall.
So Enzo's in the wall. A safety car is deployed. Safety
3
car
laps to go.
with safety car deployed with just about 3 or 4 laps to go. So now is anyone going to pit? I don't know if this is also now Illyria is going to get a drive through.
Ryan as well. Wow, everybody. Wow, that's going to completely bunch up the grid. That means people like, well, do you pit if you're at the front?
Oh, you do. Fat Cat is going to pit. They are all going into pit. So now here comes an interesting question. Is a Lizzie pitting? So Lizzie is pitting. Vid is also pitting. So everyone on the grid is going ahead and pitting. Meraki Don will put on the sauce. Fat Cat will put on the sauce. Robert Lannon, so back in front, Meraki Don will retain second place. Vid will put on the soft tires. Yeah, everyone is pitting to put on those soft tires. So, oh man, I am shocked that Vid didn't stay out.
Yeah, I'm shocked as well. It just completely screwed him. I mean, yes. Yeah, but you would have had the track position. There's only going to be 2. There's going to be 1 lap to go, I think. 1 lap, maybe. 1 lap. That's completely screwed him. Vid would have been first, I promise. He would have been first, and that would have been a win. I just know it.
Yeah, I mean, because you can even see Legleb. He stayed out on the 8 lap old medium tires as well. So I mean, I'm still just shocked. I mean, maybe now with the bunched up grid, I mean, I can imagine on the soft tires he can get past Legleb maybe easily in 1 lap. And maybe with the penalties, he's expecting to maybe get up into P2, but I don't know.
Yeah, but if he would have been up at the front anyway. He didn't pit.
Yeah,
That just doesn't make sense. You've just completely thrown a win if you think about it. You're close enough to the leaders. There's lap 28. We don't usually see safety cars this late out in a race. I mean, at this rate, people like Ryan, it's going to take a while to get round, so I don't even know. I mean, I think we're only going to start on the final lap. So I don't have any clue. What was he thinking?
Oh,
yeah,
no, safety. So they will get 2 laps to go. So yeah, so they're going to have 2 laps to go here as the most of this front grid is formed up. And I believe that, so the grid, you can see the difference is that it is from Fat Cat to Vid, from P1 to P6, and then P7 to P11 is the second group. So now
here goes Toto, almost crashing.
So now here we go. Actually, they do rejoin the grid. So with 2 laps to go, I think probably Vid is the guy that we are all looking at. But can Fat Cat do it once again? He's had 2 fantastic restarts. Can he do it again? It looks like he is going to do it again. He did get a really good start, and it looks like it's going to benefit him for a 3rd time's the charm. And you can see Robert Lannon is already right behind Meraki Don as we start with only 2 laps to go.
Yep, they're all chucking it into turn 1 as Vid's got.
He spun! Legleb spun going out of the turn in sector 1. So that's going to benefit Vid. So now Vid is going to try and catch up. There is no DRS. So it's going to come down to just pure pace. And Vid with a full, now unbroken wing. Now he's gonna try and use those softs to its full advantage. And actually Fat Cat has already gotten a second gap. There is a caution, Ryan with another spin, but we will keep going. As now, I mean, this is already insane. And if there is a chance, if Vid wants it, I mean, if you can check for me, does Fat Cat have any strikes currently?
Yeah, he has 2.
So he cannot get any penalties. I mean, this is the ultimate chance that if Vid can get any closer and Fat Cat gets a penalty, this would be his opportunity. And you can see he's already within DRS range. So this is going to be a very entertaining last lap.
Yeah, Vid's also got 2 as well. Yeah. I think in this situation, Vid does still go to P2 if he can keep it where he is, and someone's also binned it as well. That's just Liam pitting. But yeah, 3-second gap already for Fat Cat is just, yeah, absurd. Fat Cat is flying right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I mean,
flying.
I think that this has just been his best track. So now DRS is enabled. Ryan's spinning in sector 2, and then we had a McLaren in sector 1 spin. But now with DRS open, I mean, Vid is probably trying to stay as close as possible for the penalties. He would get P2 right now, but he also has to keep it within the white lines and make sure that he doesn't get any penalties. And I mean, if anything, this is going to hurt Robert more than anything. Remember, he has 6 seconds worth of penalties, so he could fall potentially into 7th. Yeah, or he would fall down into P6 because of that time penalty. And if anything, Alizzi is just trying to get ahead of him now, as now Vide is right behind Alizzi. As I mean, if he can get the position done now and get as close as he can, he's probably going to go ahead and do it right now.
Yeah, but here we go then. Fat Cat is going to come home for this win, isn't he? He's going to come around the final couple of corners.
And now Ryan's backwards.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, now Fat Cat around the final corner. He keeps it in. This was his race to win, and he wins the Singapore Grand Prix. And now we'll see how. And now Vid spins right before the line. And
he doesn't get the position either.
P4. So 2A will get a podium. And Meraki Don will keep his P2. Oh my goodness, spinning on the last corner. Robert would fall to P6, Alizzi P5, Toto P7, Liam P8, Leglett P9, and Illyrian has to serve his drive-through penalty. And I believe that he will come home. Yeah, he will stay there. Oh, what? That is insanity.
Yeah, absolutely crazy race there. Yeah, insane. I mean, Vid just blew it at the end. He would have had an easy P2, might have kept him in the championship fight, maybe. But yeah, now he's blew it. Fat Cat with a great P1. And yeah, Meraki Don P2 and 2A getting that P3. But yeah, really well done. I've got a dash, but yeah, thank you for having me. And yeah,
appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you co-commentating as well. Actually, you won't see me next week as I am graduating next week, so you won't see me next week. But I will be here for the Abu Dhabi final.
So it would just be me then. All right.
Yeah. And actually, we'll go ahead and look through here at the final. Actually, Toto will get driver of the day. Liam with the most overtakes. Fastest lap goes to Fat Cat and race winner. Cleanest driver actually does go to Toto. And now here is your final grid. Fat Cat with the win and the fastest lap. Meraki Don in P2. 2A in P3 with a podium. Vide in P4. Alizzi P5. Robert P6. Toto P7. Liam P8. Gleb P9. Illyrian P10. Ryan P11. Enzo P12. Greco's P13. Thomas P14. Winter P15. Salty P16. Pool Diver P17. And then Wildcat in P18. I mean, absolutely insane ending to the race, considering all the penalties, the safety car at the end. I mean, absolutely crazy. And I mean, if I was going to give my opinion, I would have probably given the driver of the day to 2A for gaining 13 positions, not or starting in 13th, not losing basically anything. I mean, not gaining any, or sorry, not getting any penalties, and being able to end up finishing then. I mean, absolutely insane. And we can go ahead and maybe we can see, we do have 5 minutes to the end, or till Div 2 starts. I don't know if we will get, I don't think we're gonna get any interviews. I know that we can see maybe if we can get Potato in, but I know that we are actually nearing our Div 2 time, so we may not be able to get our interviews done today. But absolute insane race. And I mean, especially, I mean, even in qualifying with the rain, then you had the start of the race with all the chaos. And I mean, like we said, credit to Fat Cat. Absolutely fantastic job by Fat Cat. I mean, this was just his race to lose, and that was just his, I mean, it was just his race to lose, and he said, no, I'm keeping it. But that is going to do it here for Division 1. Unfortunately, like we said, we only have 5 minutes until Division 2 will get underway. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back with more Division 2 action here in Singapore. And like we said, like in Division 1, Division 2 also has a very intriguing championship run. So don't go anywhere. We will return here with Division 2 in a few short minutes.